How's it going, guys? Patrick from NintenTalk. We are doing our third Q&A ever. Last time I did one, we had like 700 to 800 less subscribers. So this one is going to be really cool because we had a lot more participation. I'm looking down because I'm reading all of the comments off my phone this time rather than doing it with my computer. It was just easier. And we had a lot of good questions and a lot of other questions. That's why I have this guy. Harpoon IPA. Pretty good beer. I like it. So, our first question is from Crashy. Crashy is my girl, by the way. Not really, but she's my girl. She made my newest avatar logo thing, which is, you guys probably have seen it on this video's thumbnail. It came out freaking awesome. Like, the talent of everyone on this channel is freaking awesome, dude. Yeah. But let's start off with a really good question. And she asks, if there would be a game remake for the Switch, which would you like to come back? Let me say that the HD remakes that we got on the Wii U, Wind Waker, Twilight Princess, were really, really good remakes. And I was kind of worried when I first heard them. But immediately I went to Super Mario Sunshine with this answer. But I was like, you know what? Odyssey's coming out. That's probably a bad answer to give because it's probably not going to be likely. So I thought of another game that I would really, really like to see be remastered or remade. And that's Luigi's Mansion for the GameCube. And that's one of my favorite games on the GameCube. That's saying a lot too because the GameCube is full of good games. I don't want to list any off right now, but Luigi's Mansion would be probably my number one pick. And then kind of my number two, never would ever happen, would be Conker's Bad Fur Day for the N64. A game that I really, really love. But of course, Rare made it. Nintendo doesn't have Rare anymore. But that would be such an awesome HD remake. And that game's really hard to get on the N64, like cart version. So that would be my number two pick. But Luigi's Mansion, Conker's Bad Fur Day. To answer your question, Crashy, thank you again for the logo, and thank you for participating. Let's see. The second question is from Elaine Paulman. What is your favorite Switch game? And I would have to say Breath of the Wild, but I don't want to give an easy answer. Breath of the Wild is available on the Wii U. It's also available on the Switch. So I don't want to give that as my answer. I would have to say Splatoon 2. Splatoon 2 has been phenomenal. The multiplayer aspect of that game is on point. Even the single player, which I just started, by the way, guys, is really, really good. So Splatoon 2, underrated, I think. I don't think it's an overrated game. The single player is underrated. But it's a really good game, and it's exclusive to the Switch, so that would be my answer. Thank you so much, Elaine, for asking that. And we're moving on. Kim Eversol, welcome back. I haven't seen you in a while. You were on like one of my first Q&As. But she asks, did you kill R-Wing Attack? Yeah. Our next question is from Fat Puppet Pal BTS. Sounds dirty. The question, will you keep on playing with us once you get a lot of subscribers, like 100K subs? This is my thing, guys. I'm only at 1K right now. This question is kind of, I understand why you would ask this. And a lot of you guys seem to be kind of worried about this, where, when I do live streams, I talk to everyone. I kind of have it more of a conversation and have the game come second. That's always been my philosophy with live streams. And I would honestly hope that I would still play with you guys. I don't see why not. Like, subscribers, it's just a number. I'm still Patrick. I'm still doing my thing. So I would say definitely, I will definitely keep playing with you guys, no matter how many subscribers I get. It might not be as often, or you might not get picked if I ever do kind of a subscriber match, but I definitely will still be playing with you guys forever. The next question is from the Sellers 12. I believe this is Marcus. Me and Marcus have been talking a lot on Twitter, so what's up, man? And he asks, do you think there will be a new 2D Mario game in 2018? Also, well done. You are doing great. Keep it up. Thank you so much, Marcus. I believe it's Marcus. And do you think there will be a new 2D Mario game in 2018? No. Not for 2018. We probably will see another 2D Mario game, unless they want to go in the route of Galaxy, which had another game come after it. Odyssey could definitely have a sequel. I definitely could see that. But a 2D Mario game in 2018 seems a little unlikely just because we already have confirmation of Kirby, Yoshi coming out as like 2D platforming games. So I would find it a little weird if that was the case. But I wouldn't put it past Nintendo to put out some kind of 2D Mario game soon. But I don't know 2018, so I would say no to that. But thank you for the question. Next question is from Dan123com. He asked, what was your childhood like? Now, I'm not going to go into anything deep or emotional, but I will say in terms of gaming, my childhood was pretty rich for gaming. Not money, gaming. But I had a bunch of consoles growing up. I had the Genesis, the PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, N64, Game Boy Advance. So I was pretty heavy into gaming even at a young age. And I really liked the Game Boy Advance, and I played a lot of Pokemon games. But my parents were really nice to me in the fact that they got me a lot of video games growing up. So I was exposed to kind of everything. And then once I got older, of course, I started buying my own consoles. But my childhood was very rich in terms of gaming. And thanks, Mom and Dad, I guess. Next question is from Isaiah Montez. What's up, man? You are at mostly every live stream. So thank you so much. And he asks, will we have to pay Patreon to play on Discord with you? No. Never, never, never. Now, one of the rewards currently on Patreon, which I just launched, by the way, if you want to check out the page, link is in the description. But there is a reward for the $10 Patreons, which say something along the lines of, I will play with you on Discord. You guys can chat. And there is a Discord voice chat exclusive to Patreon. But that doesn't mean that I won't play with you guys on Patreon. I'm not always streaming. I'm not always playing with Patreon people. So I will be able to play with anyone, really. As long as I'm on Discord, on the voice chat, come say hi. I might play some rounds with you. But thank you for the question, man. Let's see. The next question is from Goodyu Play Games. And he asks, I love your videos, and it would be great if you could answer my question. What is your least favorite Switch game? This is a very good question, and I really haven't disliked a lot of Switch games. I feel like Nintendo has put out some great software. I think if I would have to pick a game that I was the most disappointed with, it would have to be Super Bomberman R, and it's the only Switch game I've ever returned to GameStop and ever sold or whatever. So I would have to say Super Bomberman R. Not that I was completely disappointed with the game, just I didn't really feel a lot of value with the game, and it kind of got old fast for me. I'm really a lover of games, so for a game to kind of lose its flavor is kind of rare. So I would have to say Super Bomberman R. Oddly enough, in the same breath, I will recommend the game because it is classic Bomberman. The story's pretty cool and addicting, but I can't justify the price. But I do like the game. That's the game I returned. The next question is from TARDISLP. What is up, dude? And he says, what genre of movies do you like, and do you have a favorite movie? I love horror, thrilling movies. One of my favorite thriller movies is actually The Strangers. Really creepy movie. If you guys ever want to be scared, the whole environment of the movie is just really, really terrifying. I won't give away the plot because I do recommend the movie to anyone who likes kind of those horror, thriller. Like, dude, you will be weeping like a little girl, or at least I was. And also the question goes on, what kind of shows do you watch? I'm on a big Office kick right now. I love The Office. Such a good show. I also love the show Arrow. It's about the Green Arrow. And I have been watching a lot of Rick and Morty. Haven't caught up with the newest season, but those are kind of some shows those are my go-tos, I guess. And a fourth part, which is cool. What Nintendo property would you like to see as a movie or show? So great questions there, TARDIS. I would love to see Star Fox as an anime, not just because I'm a fanboy of Star Fox, but I think it would be an interesting kind of thing to see kind of Star Fox and his team go after a all these villains and stuff. I think I would think it would make a pretty good anime. There was rumors about it too, so that could happen. But that's the one that sticks out the most, so that would be really cool. So thank you for the question. Bosom or Bosom, Boss OME. I don't know how to say your name, but he or she asks, "What's your favorite game console ever?" That would have to be a tie between the GameCube and the N64. Both fantastic systems. GameCube has a ton of great games. I think the N64 is so high on my list purely because of nostalgia, although I did like some of the games on there, but those two are my favorite consoles, I think, of all time. Honorable mention, the Wii. And I know what you guys are saying. You're probably like, what is he smoking? But the Wii has some great games. It has some great titles that no one has ever talked about on YouTube, I'm pretty sure. Some great motion control games, some just really good platforming games that not a lot of people have played. So if you guys want to start collecting for a system and you guys don't have really a lot of money, the Wii is a great system to start collecting for. God, stupid. Okay, there we go. Frito Nation. What's up, little guy? He says, who's your favorite Pokemon? Arbok, Weezing, Team Rocket, forever, baby. Oh, God. We have a long question from Idiot Gaming. Really good question, though. If you had to pick one Smash newcomer from each of the following franchises, who would they be? So he's asking, I'm giving you a franchise. Take a character from that franchise and put it in Smash, which is a really cool question. Mario. I would love to see either Hammer Bros or Koopas. I think that those would be pretty funny to watch. And I think that they would have some pretty good attacks. Zelda. I would either have to go for like a Goron or Tingle. Star Fox. I would have to go with Peppy Hair or Slippy Toad. That would ridiculous. Arms, I would either have to go with Ribbon Girl or Master Mummy. I think those would be some pretty cool Arms characters in there. But thank you so much for the question, man. The next question is from Joey Splats. What is up, dude? Joey is one of the mods. He's also one of the gold Patreon members. So thank you for that, man. But he asks a really, really good question. How has it been starting up YouTube with a full-time job, and what are the stresses? This is a really, really fantastic question, and it's hard, guys, to start a YouTube channel when you have a full-time job. I have a full-time job right now, and I work anywhere from 40 to 50 hours. I'm a manager at a hotel. It's not a completely demanding job, but like I said, it's a full-time job, so I'm there a lot. And I find myself, like on my days off, doing strictly YouTube, putting a lot of my free time into this channel because I want it to be the best and I want you guys to be entertained by it. It is very stressful though. Sometimes I work for like 8 or 9 hours and then I get out and I do YouTube for another 4 or 5 hours. So I can have like 18-hour days of just putting content out while working. So it's incredibly time consuming. So, thank you, Joey, for the question. It's a tough kind of balance to have, but I don't regret doing YouTube. I love it. So thank you so much again, dude. We have a question from Ram. What is up, man? And he asks, what's your opinion on the Pokemon franchise's evolution? I did play Pokemon Sun and Moon, so that's kind of the newest installment of Pokemon, and I also played Pokemon Go, which is completely different from what traditionally the franchise is. I feel like the franchise is going in a weird place, which is why I'm so excited about the Switch game. But it's not really doing it for me, I must say. I mean, Sun and Moon were pretty good games, but they were really just straying off from the originals, which could be a good thing, but it also is a bad thing. It seems like they're kind of getting stale, and they're trying to make the series evolve, no pun intended, from adding new Pokemon, which I think is an interesting thing. But I think Pokemon Go has been more successful because it kind of plays with nostalgia, and going back to the roots of Pokemon, even though it's not technically a Pokemon game. So I'm a little worried, the Pokemon evolution. And he also asked, and subsequent mechanical stagnation throughout the years. And if you have time, what do you want to see from Pokemon on Switch? Is the hype real? The hype is real for Pokemon Switch. I don't know when it's going to be coming out. They say 2018. I'm a little doubtful on that. Probably 2019. The hype is real. I think that this could be a revitalization of the series. And I think that they could do a lot of good with this. So I'm really, really excited to see what they're going to do. And if I had to make the game, it would be a completely open world dream experience where you see kind of flocks of Pidgeotto, and you see like tons of Arcanine running about, and that damn Snorlax in the way. I want a completely living and breathing worlds filled with Pokemon. But thank you so much for the question, dude. Let's see what else. JD, what is up, dude? Another Patreon member, also another mod on the channel. So thank you for everything you do for me. We've also been chatting a little bit about the channel and how to progress it, and make it kind of more exciting and stuff. So he's working on the channel just as much as I am behind the scenes. Thank you, JD, so much. And he asks, what are your tattoos and what is the meaning behind them? So I have 4 tattoos in total. I have this one on my arm right here, which is a bow and arrow. And that's because of my birthday. My birthday is November 24th, which is the Sagittarius sign. And kind of the mascot or logo for the Sagittarius is an archer. So that's why I kind of decided to do that. I also have a tree, a dead tree on my wrist. And that one I got really young. I was probably about 18 at the time. And it's kind of a grim reminder that even when things are bad or appear bad or, aren't going too well, it'll get better. Like dead trees will grow back and flourish and have tons of leaves. And so it's kind of just a special way for me to kind of be like, to look down and just think like, dude, your life might suck now, but you always have something to look forward to. Things can always get better, even though they don't appear as such. And also this one on my arm, it's a 182 in Roman numerals. And that is my favorite band of all time. That's Blink-182. And for me, the music has been much more than music. It's gotten me through a lot of tough times. And I love listening to music. I'm a big fan of music. It's one of my favorite things. I love researching new bands and stuff like that. So they're one of my favorite bands. So I figured, you know what? I'll put them on my arm and have it forever. No regrets. I also have another tattoo on the back of my leg. It's a little inappropriate, but I was just really drunk. Really drunk at the time. Next question is from Lord Bug 300. What is up, dude? First ever subscriber, by the way. And he asks, what do you think about, or when do you think the Virtual Console will come out? And have you thought of doing a Q&A live stream? Q&A live stream. That's interesting. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. That would be definitely an interesting thing to do. I don't think I will. I like these kind of edited videos where I can kind of read the questions, answer them, kind of pick and choose which questions I will answer. So I don't know about that. Let me know what you guys think about that. When do you think the Virtual Console will come out? Nintendo, what are you doing? We all want those classic games. I think that we might get an announcement after the SNES hype has kind of gone down a little bit. Because if they announce the Virtual Console now, and then they release the SNES, it'd be kind of weird timing. And also, this is for sure happening. Like next year, we're going to get paid internet with Virtual Console. That's definitely happening. So thank you, Lord Bug, for asking. Thank you for supporting the channel, man. You are awesome. MLB Gamer with another question. Hey, NintenTalk, have you thought of doing a surprise Splatoon 1 stream, or is it done? I'll be honest with you guys. I'm not too excited or pumped to be going back to Splatoon 1. I do have a stream, though, planned that I think you will like, MLB Gamer. But that is a Splatoon 1/Splatoon 2 stream, which will be cool because half of it will be Splatoon 1 and me and you and everyone else will be playing Splatoon 1. And then the second half we'll be playing Splatoon 2. So it might be a cool way to kind of be like, oh wow, this mechanic changed, or the swim speed has gone up, or notice little differences like that. So I'm really excited about that live stream. And the final question, or questions from a lot of you actually, let me just read all of them. What inspired you to do YouTube? What is your plan for the future? Why did you start YouTube? What was your reason for starting a YouTube channel, and how has it impacted your life? A bunch. We have a bunch of questions like that. And the short answer, or, just the answer, I guess, to you guys is I started YouTube. First of all, I've always been a fan of YouTube. I've always watched a ton of gaming YouTubers just kind of pour out their feelings and, opinions on certain games and certain things going on in the gaming community. And I've always wanted to be a part of something like this, and, where I could talk to other people, make content, start discussions. So I started YouTube because I'm a fan of YouTube and I want to be involved in the community somehow. But more importantly, I love video games. I love Nintendo, and I want people to kind of understand why I love Nintendo and why I support the company through thick and thin. There's been some rough spots in Nintendo's life. But the short answer is I just am a fan of YouTube. I'm a fan of being in a community, and I like to get kind of discussions going, and this is my way to do it. This is my outlet to talk about video games. So thank you so much, everyone who listed some comments for me and gave me some questions. You are all super, super awesome. 1K hype is real. The next Q&A I'm thinking will be at 2K, which is totally insane to think about. Anyway, guys, thank you so much. I hope you have a fantastic night, and stay tuned. This is Patrick from NintenTalk. More stuff coming and more stuff on the way that I can't announce yet, but it's coming. It's coming.